Parents expect schools to keep their children safe, respect their values, and teach the reading, math, and general knowledge that they need to succeed in life. Those principles will guide us in everything we do in education, and that includes higher education, whose own activists want college campuses to enforce ideological orthodoxy through the diversity, equity, and inclusion movement. Those terms have become Orwellian, where diversity now means conformity of thought, and equity means picking winners and losers. Instead, we will promote a return to the highest ideals of higher education, an environment that embraces real diversity of thought, putting all ideas on the table and subject to critical thinking. The true source of political legitimacy comes from the consent of the governed, from we the people making the big decisions through those we elect. Yet the ESG movement completely rejects that most basic democratic principle. The financial elite, who are supposed to be charged with investing on our behalf, are using our investments for their own ideological agenda and without our consent. This session, we will stand up for state workers and protect their retirement from political interference. Florida will insist that pension funds invest for the best rate of return possible, and we will also prohibit any ESG interference in public procurement. We categorically reject the use of social credit scores for lending decisions. And for those banks that still choose to discriminate, they will no longer be allowed to hold taxpayer funds. Florida will lead the fight against elitists who impose their agenda on us regardless of what we, the people, decide at the ballot box. And we will also zealously guard taxpayers' money, ensuring it's not spent on programs or agencies that have outlived their usefulness. Enterprise Florida has overpromised and underdelivered for years and drains funds from higher priorities. If this were Washington, D.C., it would live on forever, unchained and unchallenged. But the Florida way requires us to retain only what works and eliminate what does not. And finally, we will continue to look to the future and develop plans to protect our natural resources and infrastructure. We will invest today to secure our long-term needs in water supply and water treatment, preserve the Florida Wildlife Corridor, and protect the natural treasures of our state, like the Everglades and our world-class beaches, rivers, lakes, and streams, and springs. These are just some of the issues you have championed, and we will address this session. As a result of your efforts, we will transform Florida for years to come and improve the lives of our constituents. By sine die, we can answer the question of how this session will be remembered. Through the principles and courage of the members of this chamber, we will help Floridians keep more of their money because they know how to spend it better than government. Unleash the power of education to help our students achieve their full potential. Protect life and support the health and well-being of Florida's children while giving parents more tools to succeed. Make Florida more affordable by ending the tort tax, opposing ESG, and creating incentives for affordable housing. Protect the constitutional rights of law-abiding citizens, support law enforcement, and aggressively pursue anyone who threatens our safety and the well-being of our communities. And make historic investments in our state's infrastructure to prepare for the next storm, for future growth, and for the decades to come. And in the end, deliver the kind of real transformative results that our constituents expect and that they deserve. So let's buckle up and get going. God bless each of you, and God bless the great state of Florida. Thank you. Are there communications on the desk?
On the desk, Mr. Speaker.
Read the communication.
The Honorable Kathleen Passidomo, President, the Florida Senate, The Honorable Paul Renner, Speaker, Florida House of Representatives. Dear President Pasadomo and Speaker Renner, as Governor of Florida, I respectfully request the opportunity to present the State of the State Address to the joint session of the Florida Legislature on Tuesday, March 7 at 11 o'clock a.m. Florida's focus on freedom has led us to outpace the nation on all fronts. Together, we are establishing freedom-first policies to benefit Florida workers and families to provide a framework for future prosperity. I look forward to sharing my legislative priorities with you and your colleagues. Sincerely, Ron DeSantis, Governor. Reading of the communication, Mr. Speaker.
For what purpose does Representative Perez rise?
For a motion, Mr. Speaker.
You're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the clerk read the message from the Senate and that the rules be waived to introduce SCR 1280. Read it twice by title and upon its adoption, lay HCR 1295 on the table.
Representative Perez moves that the clerk read the message from the Senate and that SCR 1280 be introduced and read twice by title and upon its adoption, lay HCR 1295 on the table. All in favor say yea. Yay. Opposed, no. Show the motion is approved. Read the message followed by a reading of the resolution twice by title.
The Honorable Paul Renner, Speaker, I am directed to inform the House of Representatives that the Senate has adopted SCR 1280 and requests the concurrence of the House. Tracy C. Cantel is Secretary. By Senator Mayfield, Senate Concurrent Resolution 1280, a concurrent resolution providing that the House of Representatives and the Senate convene in joint session for the purpose of receiving a message from the Governor. By Senator Mayfield, Senate Concurrent Resolution 1280, a concurrent resolution providing that the House of Representatives and the Senate convene in joint session for the purpose of receiving a message from the Governor.
Representative Perez, you're recognized to explain the resolution.
This concurrent resolution authorizes the House and the Senate to meet in a joint session at 11 a.m. to receive the governor's message.
Are there questions? Representative Perez, you're recognized for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that we adopt SCR 1280.
Representative Perez now moves that we adopt SCR 1280. Is there debate? Seeing none. All in favor signify by saying yea. Yea. Opposed, no. Show the resolution is adopted and HCR 1295 is laid on the table. For what purpose does Representative Garrison rise?
For a motion, Mr. Speaker.
You're recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I move that a committee be appointed to notify the Senate that the House is convened and that we're ready to transact business.
Representative Garrison moves that a committee be appointed to notify the Senate that the House is convened and ready to transact business. All in favor signify by saying yea. Yea. Opposed, no. Show the motion is approved. The chair appoints Representative Fine, Representative McLean, Representative Rommel, Representative Arrington, Representative Williams, and Representative Leak, who will serve as chair. The committee is excused to perform its assignment. And while they're stepping out, I want to recognize a few additional members. We have with us Bobby Powell and also Pat Patterson. Please welcome to the Florida House. Representative Perez, you're recognized to make an introduction.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members, if you can bear with me, we have in the East Gallery, I would like to introduce Taiwan's ambassador to the United States, Xiao B. Kim. Thank you for joining us, Ambassador.
Representative Perez, you're recognized for a motion.
Mr. Speaker, I move that the House adjourn for the purpose of receiving reports, holding committee and subcommittee meetings, and conducting other House business to reconvene for the joint session at 11 a.m. today, March 7, 2023, or upon the call of the Speaker.
Representative Perez moves that the House adjourn for the purpose of receiving reports, holding committee and subcommittee meetings, and conducting other House business to reconvene for the joint session at 11 a.m. today, or upon the call of the Speaker. All in favor say yea. Yea. Opposed, no. Show the motion is approved. The House stands adjourned. And members, please stay close by. We'll begin promptly at 11 a.m. Sergeant Hosford, please secure the chamber.
The Florida Lottery is proud to support education by contributing billions of dollars to Florida schools and awarding countless Bright Future scholarships so Florida students can do more than just dream of a brighter future.